Hello. What is going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. It is Friday. I keep getting the days mixed up because I don't fucking know what day it is half the time. I don't know certain things at all week. So between work and other stuff I've been doing, I do appreciate everybody joining the stream today. Obviously, this is episode 5 of Road to Training Camp. Until next week, we are getting there, guys. The time is ticking. We're getting there. I just wish it would happen sooner. This way we could talk about more stuff. But we actually have more things to talk about. Is the helmets. The black helmets came out, and they're, because you guys, you know me, how picky I am. I'm very picky with a lot of things. We understand we saw what the Saints, the Panthers, the Jets already turned their helmets to black helmets as alternatives this year, and it looks like the Eagles did change their helmets today. So I thought it would have looked a little bit different. I thought it would have been like some sort of different matte finish for the helmets today. I thought it would have looked a little bit different. I thought the wings would have had some different color to them or something. I mean, it's really hard looking at the helmet to think it is black when it's in the light. Sometimes I think when it's obviously on a primetime game, they'll probably look a lot better. But yeah, they're okay. I mean, I'll have a video on that out today. There's some videos that came out. I think Devontae Smith made a video with the helmet on and everything. So I'll definitely have a video on that after the stream is over today. So yeah, should be, I'm glad the Eagles are starting to change their ways. And first we had the word art, kind of change. Now the helmets, now, we're getting the Kelly Greens next year. So I feel like that logo is going to be like, they're totally doing some different marketing for this team. I think this team is going through a change. I think appearance-wise, we're definitely going to look different in the future. So I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. But I feel like we're seeing the word art, and I think that logo is definitely going to go sooner or later. Maybe not now, maybe not next year, the year after, probably down the road, I would have to say. Probably going to happen. I don't know. But hey, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. What's going on, guys? We got Chris Scott. What's going on, man? George, what's going on, bro? Eagles Clips, what's going on? MJ, what's going on, man? Shala Sharp, you see the Eagles rookie cook-off. I did not. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. Chris said, Mill Williams will be a beast this season. Also watch for Bradbury to revert back to 2020. He's that good. I hope he reverts back to his 2020 Pro Bowl seasons. I hope so. He gave up over 800 yards receiving last year. Obviously a little bit alarming, but I think is a better zone coverage corner than a man coverage type guy, which we've seen. But Milton Williams going to his second year, yeah, he really showed out last year, especially that last game against the Cowboys. He was a little bit of trouble for the Cowboys offensive line. It did a really good job. They were moving him from defensive tackle to defensive end, so I thought he played really well. Nate says, up, Joey. Happy Friday. I'll be at the Eagles Wednesday training camp. So pumped. Dude, take some video, man. Put them online. Make sure you record some stuff, man. Cal said, "Mom, them helmets, them helmets fire, bro." Yeah, I'm, they're cool. You know what I mean? They're good. Like I'm glad that we at least have them. You know what I mean? But me, I'm gonna be a picky asshole because that's just what I do. Okay, I'm picky about crap like that. Like it's hard looking at that helmet to think it is black. I think in the sunlight, it's a little you can't really tell they're black in the sunlight when you have bright sun on them, but I think they look pretty good. I think they look good. They look solid. I don't think it's the greatest thing I've ever seen, but I think they look fine. George said the Slade fourth highest ranked cornerback in Madden. Also glad they finally released our all black helmets. Nate says, love what Eagles are doing with the organization. The one logo they made is the only questionable decision because it's terrible. Well, I don't think it's a questionable decision. I think the logo is definitely going. I think it's going to be a slow process for the logo to go. So I would, it could happen. It could happen. Obviously, the helmets look ass. Oh, is that bad or good? They don't look good. I mean, I feel like we're gonna get a mixed review on these helmets. I feel like we're going. Also, did you see the old Eagles logo on the helmet? What? What do you mean? Ah, you're right. Holy shit. I didn't even realize that. So why aren't they? All right. So So technically, the word art's not gonna. The word art is not gonna be into effect until next year. So that's probably why. So, I didn't even realize that. Well, I guess it makes sense. So we'll see. Randall, what's going on, man? What's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day, man. Steve Wu says, make white helmet. That's what I want. If I can find that picture of Jalen Hurts, that there's an edited picture show on screen. Let me see. So these are the helmets. I'm trying to find a picture of like the front of it, which I have a few pictures up here right now. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. I might have another one here. Let me see if I have another one. I have like a few of them. What about this one? Just give me the regular picture, man. Jesus Christ. What's going on with this? Let's try another one. I have another one here. Nope, that's not it. I got to find it. I don't have it. I got to find it. But yeah, that's pretty much what the helmet is going to look like. And if you can't tell, yeah, there is the old Eagles word art is on the front of it. Obviously between the top of the face mask, where the visor meets. Hold on one second. Zone 8 says, any news on Eagles and Jesse Bates? There's nothing so far. Sal said, the helmets are nice. Have you ever played a team dressed in all black? Intimidation factor just make you look scariest. Oh, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Like, I like the black pants and the black jerseys and all that stuff, but the helmets are going to be a nice touch. Going to be a nice touch. Randall says, Joey 6, when we having a call-in show? Yeah, we haven't had one all off season. I don't think we have. I just didn't have time for it. But I don't know. Maybe we could do one during training camp. Maybe we'll do one. Ron says, hey there, Shakes. How you doing, man? Thoughts on the new helmet? I liked it a lot. I was kind of hoping for Matsy, but yeah, black, but I think the gloss will look good. Yeah, I really thought that maybe we would have got something, a little bit more, I don't know, just something a little bit more. Oh, here's a picture of it. Here we go. This is a better picture. This is a side angle picture of it. But yeah, this is pretty much what it's going to look like right here. Like it's fine. Like I got no issue with it. It's definitely different. I mean, if you play with these things on prime time, they'll definitely show out a lot more. I feel like if there's too much sunlight, you're not going to be able to like see the black too much. But yeah, I thought maybe they were going to get this glossy finish if that was going to be the case, if that's what they were going to do. If I could find it, I thought maybe they'd change the wing a little bit or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe I thought it would have been a little bit different, but I think it looks pretty good. Looks fine. It's solid. I can't complain about it. You know what I mean? Can't complain whatsoever. Super Bowl 52 says, personally, in my opinion, they look good. Big Pun says, love the helmet. Unspoken Word says, the Hurts white helmet was fired too. I'm late. Well, we're about 5. Yeah, no, I mean, I was going over players that pretty much, like, I think are going to play really well this year. I think Dallas Goedert plays well. I think Miles Sanders plays well. I think Marcus Epps has a pretty good year this year, going into like a second year of, being that solid starter and really taking it to the next level. That's what I'm hoping. You know what I mean? Like Hassan Reddick's going to have a really good year. I think Hargrave's going to have a lot of help from Hassan Reddick on the edge. And I think, teams are going to start to worry about who they're trying to defend. Offensively, who they're trying to block in the blocking scheme and all that type of stuff, which is going to be interesting. But we'll see. We'll see, man. Rounds to Joe say, if you need somebody in 500 is busy, I'm always available. Yeah, dude, definitely. I always got stuff going on. But yeah, you know what? It's a good start. Because it's a new era now. Like, even the jerseys, man, like I have a feeling those jerseys will change over time. The Kelly Greens aren't going to be alternates. I don't think they're going to be, I think they'll just be alternates. I don't think they're going to be, jerseys we're going to be wearing every single week. But there's no doubt in my mind that, you know, there might be a new logo in the future, a new jersey in the future. And yeah, I mean, I think I think we're slowly starting to change, and just give it another, like, I would say give it another 5 to 6 years. And I think this team's going to look totally different, which I think because, you know, these jerseys, I mean, we've been a part of this. I mean, even the logo since, well, the jerseys in general, I mean, since the 90s. I mean, that's how long it's been. So, I mean, a change is definitely made. I was kind of against it, but you know what? The times are changing, so it is what it is. Ron says, I think black chin strap with the black helmet would do it a little more justice instead of a white chin strap. Yeah, probably. I'd probably agree with that, Rylan. Dylan, so what's your opinion on the new helmets? Kind of bummed. I can barely see yeah, it's hard to tell the difference. It really is hard to tell the difference. It is. It's not because you're looking at it and you're like, it should be midnight green. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard because it's the same look, but it just changed the color. I mean, that was it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we'll see, man. Maybe we'll like them over time. I mean, they're only going to wear them twice this year, so it ain't nothing crazy to be like something that they're gonna use for 2 games and call it a day. Nate said, I do think Jason Huntley will have a good training camp and earn a roster spot. Hey, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, you got Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, but, you know, Kenny Brooks is kind of the guy I'm looking at. Unfortunately, Jason Huntley is just never given the chance, and they still haven't really given him the chance. And, I mean, hopefully maybe he could play special teams or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of competition at special teams now with Britton Covey and Devon Allen coming in here now, so we'll see. Roland said, we'll forget all about the black helmets once Kelly Green arrives. Oh, no, that's 100% true. There's no doubt about it. Spoken says, okay, thanks. I'm thinking when Williams and Davis are out there together, we're going to eat. I totally agree with that. I mean, Jordan Davis, man, I mean, a lot of people think he's going to have not as a impactful year. And I think he will, man. I think he'll have like maybe 4 to 7 sacks. But I think he'll always just give pressure, take on double teams, maybe free up Milton Williams a little bit in that second rotation. You know, but the first guy I'm kind of looking at defensive line wise is really Fletcher Cox, even having two down years. And I understand, you know, Jonathan Gannon's system, but, you know, he wasn't covering screen passes all year. You know what I mean? He was doing other things, trying to get in the backfield and getting single blocked, and not really a good look. I mean, there was news the other day about Fletcher Cox taking off plays and, you know, being pissed off all year last year. So, I mean, look, I'm guessing that, you know, you'd be pissed off if the defense wasn't, you know, giving up so many points and they're playing so damn cautious and they're not blitzing, and the second half adjustments are just ridiculous. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. Dylan said they should have went back to Mate Black. Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. I think they would have looked better with that. He says, Nate Banks said, who you got getting the first touchdown for the Birds? The first touchdown this year is probably going to be the Devontae Smith this year. Probably. I'd say Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith or Miles Sanders, I'd probably say. Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, the Browns signed Josh Rosen after I was kind of speculating that maybe the Eagles, you know, with Gardner Minshew, maybe they'll be interested in trading for him, but it looks like they're going to give it a shot with Josh Rosen. I don't know why. I mean, the guy has barely even played. The guy hasn't even shown that he could be anything, not even a backup quarterback at this point. So, you know, I think part of it is they don't want to give up any draft picks. They don't want to trade for somebody they're just going to rent for 8 weeks. You know, obviously, like, probably would have took a little bit more for Gardner Minshew, but, you know, they gave up a lot of picks for Deshaun Watson. So, you know, we'll see. Round says, man, Prime Cox next to Jordan Davis would have been fun to watch. Yeah. I don't think Cox is in his prime anymore. I don't. Like, I think he's more gonna he's gonna be more of a role-playing system defensive lineman. I mean, look, I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he plays better this year. There's no doubt about it. So Mr. Sierra Pan says, what is Cleveland doing? I have no idea. Bill T.Y. said, what will the new logo even be at this point? I don't know. I mean, obviously another eagle, most likely, an eagle type, you know, probably an eagle logo just looking different. I don't know. Because if you guys know that this logo for the Eagles, now the logo goes to the left. Most logos, I think they're the only team in the NFL that the logo goes to the left, not the right, which made them a little different. And if you see on the right side of the eagle, it actually makes an E. If you guys don't know that, there's a lot of people that don't know that. So just letting everybody know, for future reference. Jacob says, "Yo, Joey, what's going on, Jacob? What's going on, man?" Drew May once, I'm stoked to see Milton Williams. What do you think of him? No, I think he's great. Like, I thought he flashed really well last year, even at the Cowboys game, the last game of the season last year. I thought since we were sitting a lot of players for the playoffs, for the playoff game against Tampa Bay at the wild card game, and they were moving him from defensive tackle to defensive end. So Milton Williams got a lot of reps, and he played really well. And he played very, very well. Jacob says, Joey, I'm playing Madden 23 in 24 days. I got early access. I'm hype. Yeah, I have to get Madden as well. I want to do my simulation videos every week. So hopefully I don't curse us the next, like I did this past year. I can't even blame myself that much. Everybody wanted to see these videos. So I said, you know what? Let's do a live stream of a Madden, simulations every single week. I know you guys like those videos. So, hey, I can't complain about it. So, that's how that's going. Let's see here. Best logo of all time. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. So I hope everyone's having a good Friday, man. I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. So the schedule for today until tomorrow. So we're going to be doing so I'm actually going to be a guest on AK Eagles channel at 5:00 today. So I know Philly should be streaming. I think Philly is actually on his channel right now streaming. So I'm going to be on his channel at 5 to talk Eagles and stuff like that, which should be a lot of fun. Tomorrow, the Philly Shakedown Season 2 is premiering. I'm very excited. I'm pumped up. I will be hosting on my channel, and it's going to be fun. We're going to talk everything that's been going on. Me and Philly haven't streamed together in 3-4 weeks. It's been a while. You know what I mean? So new season of the Philly Shakedown, Season 2, coming out tomorrow. So we start everything up tomorrow. We talk training camp, the competition, what's to come of this team in the future, and can Jalen Hurts pan out to be what he's supposed to be to get that contract? Now, obviously, we saw Kyle Murray's contract getting paid, what, $46 a year, whatever the case may be. I think his contract was up to like 240 million, whatever it was, which I don't know I kind of say to myself, I don't think the Eagles are going to make him a high paid quarterback like that. I don't think he's getting that type of money. I don't. So, yo, Rock, what's going on, man? He says, hey, Milton Williams will ball out this season. Drip says, now we beating you in Philly like always. Nate says, watch Sirianni's mics up OCA practice yet. That was sick. Really am a fan of Howie, Sirianni, Hurts trio right now. This year will mean a lot to all of them. Totally agree. Jacob says, next weekend I'm going to see Cooper Watson, hopefully. Yeah, and you know what? I think this is going to be one of the most interesting This is going to be one of the most interesting training camps going into preseason because there's so many players that we really have to watch. Like there really is, and I will be here to cover all of that. Anything that happens during training camp, every step of the way of training camp, every rumor, everything that happens, I will be reporting everything for the day of training camp. So those videos will be out regularly every single day. Preseason game wise, I'm going to try to stream all those games. I'm going to try to stream everything if I can. I'll have and if I can't because of certain reasons with Game Pass, apparently Game Pass, there's issues with it. And I don't live in the Philly area, so I don't get all those games unless I have Game Pass, but Game Pass has not been working the past couple of years. I don't know why. I think it's just the app. I think they've just never fixed any bugs with it. Sometimes it doesn't work, which is friggin' crazy. But GG Man said, what up, Joey? Black helmets looking sick. They do. They look good. I got to say, they look really good. GM said, I have to watch Watson next Saturday to see how bum he is. He didn't really have a good OTAs. I don't think he had a good OTAs. He threw a lot of picks at OTAs, but I think he's got so much on his plate and he's got so much on his mind. How can he even focus on football with everything going on? Now, if he gets suspended, now it's 8 games. Apparently, the number is 8 games he's getting suspended. So what I'm thinking now is, well, what he already said is he's suing the NFL. I mean, he's going to sue the company he's playing for, which, can you even do that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Can you actually sue the NFL while playing for the NFL? I mean, it's just like if you get hurt at your job and they don't want to pay you for compensation for getting hurt at work or something, and like, you sue your job or something, and you're supposed to you can still work at your job if that happens. I mean, I don't get it. So I said, can't wait for week 1. Dylan says, why don't you just stream the games online? I do stream every week. When it comes to Eagles games, I'm totally fine. With NFL Sunday Ticket, I'm fine. But when Game Pass is really weird. Like, Game Pass sometimes doesn't work. I don't know why. It just doesn't. I want to stream all the preseason games. I feel like I'm going to do as much as I possibly can. I'll be able to stream it, but I'll find a way to get it done. But it's just that the Game Pass is just weird. Jacob Frederick says, is he playing week 12 versus Bucks? I'm talking about Watson. No, well, no. I mean, yeah, he's going to be playing that week because it's week 12. Yeah. Mr. Vance, I just watched Philly Fire like we all do on Sunday. Exactly. I'll be streaming every single week, every game, every week. Big Mouse says, Steve Wu says, Brian Dawkins, future defense coach. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I mean, I'm surprised he's not already. I mean, maybe not a coordinator, but at least like a positional coach or something like that as of right now. You know what I mean? I think that's something to definitely take into consideration if that's what he wants to do. So should be fun. Lawrence Greer said, what up, Joey? We dodged a bullet not getting him. Thank you, Laura. I know. I know. I said all year. I said all offseason before we took Kenny Pickett out to dinner and all that crap that was going on. Like, even the Matt Corral rumors, Jesus Christ, like, it's crazy. I didn't want to trade for a veteran quarterback. I didn't want it to happen. I mean, there was a lot of news swirling around the Eagles and Houston making a trade, and I was hoping to God it wasn't going to happen. So, Big Mel, so I'll be at the practice next month. Dude, I hope you have a good time, man. Nate Banks says, I don't know. It depends on Bates, who I doubt Eagles will get. But you think Epps will be the starter come 22? Pretty excited because he did better every year. Just not sure how good he can get. Yeah, I don't know how much better he's going to get. He had a solid year last year. Let's hope that he has a better year this year. You know what I mean? The Eagles have a lot of faith in him. They signed Tart, as more depth, which I'm happy about. I'm not really big on Anthony Harris. I mean, I want to see if Tart can actually beat Anthony Harris out. If that's even going to be the case, but we'll see. It's just time will tell, when it happens. Time will definitely tell. But getting Jesse Bates is the Eagles have, someone said that we had $9 million cap. I think we have like $3 million in cap. I could be wrong, but the cap's really not good right now. I think there's moves to obviously increase that. Like, you can extend Javon Hargrave and save $12 to $13 million if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? So you definitely have some options there. So can't complain on that. But Jesse Bates, definitely. I mean, I would look at it. I would keep an eye on it till the trade deadline in week 9 of the season and see what happens. I would definitely do that. I don't see why not. But I say you try to get as much cap space you can, because I think going into next year in 23, if the Eagles play very well and say Jalen Hurts plays really well, depending on the contract situations, like, the Eagles will have cap space next year, and they have draft picks, so they could do it. They could do whatever they want to do. Big Mel says, re-sign Slay. Yeah, so Slay's a free agent after next year. This cornerback spot's going to be an issue after next year. Bradbury's gone. Slay has one more year, and that's really it. Because I kind of want to find out what we have behind our starters right now, and Avonte Max, Bradbury, and Slay, with Mario Goodrich and Tay Gowan, Zach McPherson, Jimmy Moreland. Some of these other guys we have, Matt McCain, Kerry Vincent Jr., you have a lot of cornerbacks. You have a lot of bodies right now. Obviously, going into camp, you need a lot of bodies, but I want to see what we have. I don't know what we have yet, cornerback wise. not saying you have a full-time starter. Maybe you can develop another 2 if that's the case. But I would definitely re-sign Darius Slay for maybe a 2-year deal, something like that. Nothing crazy. Obviously, he's getting up there in age, but still playing at a very high level. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I would re-sign him. I would re-sign him just so you can, get a cornerback in the draft. So I don't know. I would try. I mean, if the Eagles are trying to get a number 1 guy in the building, I would try to get somebody in, next year if they can. Depending like everything, which really sucks about all of this is that everything is in the motion of this quarterback. Those draft picks next year all depends on our quarterback, which really sucks because I don't think the Eagles trade for a veteran. I don't think the Eagles trade for Jimmy Garoppolo if he doesn't get traded already. I don't know if he gets traded for a 1-year deal. I don't know what the case is. You know what I mean? I don't want them to trade for a veteran quarterback next year. I mean, yeah, it would be. You're giving up picks regardless, whether you move up in the top 5, depending what that Saints pick is going to be, depending what our pick is going to be. It just depends. There's so much in motion. It's nice having those 2 first-round picks. If Hurts works out, then yeah, you could definitely make a lot of moves. You have a lot of maneuvering to do. So you have the draft compensation to get it done, to make some trades, and if you need a certain position or you want to trade for a young star or something, you can get it done. But if Hurts doesn't work out, those 2 first-rounders are going to be down the drain. I mean, that's just the truth to it all. I'm not saying that Hurts is going to play bad. Like, I'm very in the middle with Hurts right now. Like, I feel good. Gut feeling right now is I feel really good about Jalen Hurts. I'm not looking for a 10% increase in his production. I'm looking for like 20 to 25%. I need a big step. I need to see a big step in Jalen Hurts. It's not his fault. Like, it's a shitty situation. You know what I mean? Like, he's only played a year and a half of football, a few games, 4 to 5 games in 2020, a full season last year. I mean, even that first year, I mean, it was, virtually because of everything going on in the outside world. So it really wasn't fair to him and fair for this team, even though every team was going through it. The Eagles definitely suffered because of having virtual workouts and not being with the team and not having that much chemistry and all that great stuff. Obviously, he was thrown into the fire in 2020 and then 21 where he was going to, at least see the flaws, see if he takes off. And, I think for the most part, he got better at the end of last year, but there's still flaws. It's accuracy, it's reading the field, it's hesitation, it's I think there was a lot of good flashes from Hurts last year. It's just really just building on it. I mean, there was times where he was very patient in the pocket, threw the ball very well. There was other times where he totally missed wide receivers wide open, and he rolls out to his right too much, and as soon as he senses pressure, he starts running with the football in his hands. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. Lawrence says Bates is overkill. I don't think we need him. Gigi says I would sign Slay. There's a Joey. Those black helmets are fire. Ray said if Hurts doesn't work out, who would you think we should try to take in next year's draft? I don't know. I haven't been over. The only quarterback I've maybe seen the most of so far is the kid from Oklahoma. I mean, other than that, that's it. I haven't really watched anybody else. You guys let me know what you guys think. Do you think next year is a really good quarterback class? You guys let me know. Because definitely if Hurts doesn't have a great year this year or, we get to the playoffs and he just, maybe the defense carries us the whole way. I mean, you never know how the season's going to go. You know what I mean? But I want to see Jalen Hurts beat teams with his arm. I mean, that's going to be the one thing I'm looking at. Like, what team did he beat with his arm? If we were behind 3 points, a touchdown, 2 touchdowns or something, did Jalen Hurts, can Jalen Hurts get it done that way? I think that's definitely part of it. I think you got to have a quarterback, that could do that. So. Savvy says, yeah, there's really no reason to give up the first rounders for next year. They kind of serve like an insurance policy on the upcoming season in a way. It's just, it all revolves around this quarterback. It really does. It revolves around the quarterback. It revolves around Nick and obviously Shane Steichen, most importantly, because, he's got to tally these play designs up for who's getting open. Like, if Rager's not playing, like, yeah, I'm excited. Like, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, and sprinkling some Zach Pascal, it's a really good wide receiver core. I think we haven't had a receiver core this good on paper in a long time. No joke. Bishop Birch says, them black helmets. It says, can't confirm black helmets are not fire barley any different from what we already have. They're solid. I mean, I don't think they're anything spectacular, but they're solid. Lauren says, I want Jimmy G, Joey so bad. Yeah, Bryce Young. Yeah, I've watched some Bryce Young. I mean, that's really it. Like I said, I try to watch as much college football during the year as I can, but I'm really busy between this and having another job, and it's really hard to do all that, And I would love to do Sixers content. I love to do all that stuff, but I just don't have time for it. I just don't. J at Key 6 says Devon Allen. Yeah, Devon Allen. I'm hoping. I think Devon Allen or Britton Covey definitely makes this roster. I mean, I'm looking for that next return specialist, whether it's a punt return, kick return, whatever the case may be. I hope it's one of them, which would be fantastic. Lawrence says Bryce Young is a bum. Rollins says Keely Ringo, cornerback from out of Georgia. Someone took a look at when the season is over. I'm about to reuniting the national championship. Georgia defense chemistry matters. Well, yeah. Well, now I think. Jeffrey Lure's like, you should draft more players out of the SEC. It's like, oh, yeah, maybe I should. You know what I mean? Like, they drafted Devontae Smith and Landon Dickerson, how good they've worked out so far. And then Jeffrey Lure's like, maybe you should draft more from these bigger schools. Like, really, bro? Like, is that what's been going on this whole time? Have you really been telling? I mean, that's what's really scary. What's really scary to me is that our owner has been in the middle of all this bullshit with this these past drafts. Okay. And that's not good. I mean, that's really not good. I mean, Jalen Hurts wasn't even supposed to be a starting quarterback. I mean, it wasn't even supposed to happen. I mean, imagine like he was actually supposed to be drafted as a backup quarterback to Carson Wentz, becomes a starter, and obviously, and God, just imagine if he wins the Super Bowl, how crazy that would be. Be amazing. All right, so we appreciate you, Joey. I appreciate it, Randy, so much, man. Jacob Ferrer says, Joey, what games are you excited to watch week 1 besides the Eagles? I'm actually kind of excited to watch the Jaguars with Dougie P this year just because I want to see what that team looks like on paper. I mean, it looks really good, and I know defensively need a little bit more work, but I want to see what that offense looks like in Jacksonville, see how Dougie P does as a head coach for his first year. It's one of my most interesting teams to watch this year, definitely, 100%. So I am definitely excited. To watch. Brad Pixley, look at Hank Bashmir, Boise State, former teammate to Hightower. Yeah, I gotta check him out. There's gonna be, trust me, there's gonna be a lot of prospects to look at after this year. It's gonna be a lot of prospects to look out for after this year. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If Howie Roseman nails one more draft, it's gonna be insane. It's going to be really insane. Nate said, Rager makes his team. He better be starting on the bench, too. He's wide receiver number 5 behind Pascal. If anything, they better not even give him a glimpse of first-round favorability. No, that's what I'm hoping it doesn't happen. I don't think so. I think they're totally changing their ways. I think they know what they need to do. That's why JJ's not a wide receiver anymore. I think they're starting to change their ways. You guys think that moving JJ to tight end is just justifying the pick? Maybe it is. But at the same time, he's on the last year of his deal. He gets cut. You know what I mean? He wasn't going to have any chance at wide receiver whatsoever. But Rager, I feel like Rager wants a fresh start somewhere else. I feel like the Eagles know he wants a fresh start, and they kind of want a fresh start for him. You're not trading for A.J. Brown, signing Zach Pascal because Jalen Rager's playing well, or they're giving him another chance this year. I just can't believe that at all. So Lauren says, week 1, Browns at Panthers. Oh, that's going to be a really good game. Really? Oh, I hope the Panthers mess them up. I really do. James, I feel you, bro. I'm excited to watch Cardinals, KC, Vikings, Packers, Steelers, Bengals. Sam said, who you see as a first round cuts? It could be anybody. First round cuts are the easy ones. You know what I mean? Like, first round cuts could be anybody, like any no names we have that can get cut easily. It could be almost anybody. I don't even have to really say their names. I mean, it could be from Matt McCain to, you know what I mean? Like, Sasir. It could be Reed Blankenship. I mean, it could be anybody. The first round of cuts are the easy cuts, like the players that that are just not going to pan out, that are very easy to cut off this team. So it's going to definitely get a lot harder, though. Cam said, do you think that Miles should get the most carries, or do you think we should be running back by committee based off of matchups? Miles is a contract year. No, I think it's going to be based off of committee, but I think Miles gets a little bit more carries than everybody else. I feel like they're going to use Gainwell a little bit more, in the passing game. And obviously they lined him up in the slot a lot last year. And, like no special run skill set from Kenneth Gainwell, but I feel like he always makes the first guy miss 9 out of 10 times. I think he's productive. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. I think it's still going to be by committee, but I still think Miles is still going to have a little bit more touches than everybody else. You just got to stay healthy, man. You just got to stay healthy. Brand says, or the kid from San Jose State. Jacob says, I can't wait for week 1 because it's my first time watching Sunday Ticket. Oh, dude, Sunday Ticket's pretty good. It's okay. I mean, I think it's still expensive. I mean, it's really expensive. It's like $300 for the season. It's fucking bullshit. I don't know who would buy that crap. I mean, I do, but I don't pay $300 in one shot. Actually, last year what happened was I did an increment payment of $70 like every month and a half, and they actually charged me $300. And I was like really pissed off. God forbid, you never know. Like they take $300. You're like, I flipped out one day because I saw $300 was missing from my account. I was like, what the hell's going on? And I found out they took all of it. So, I mean, I think it's good. Now after this year, there's going to be no more Sunday. The NFL is there's actually going to be a separate app now. Like the Sunday Ticket is actually going to turn into a streaming app now. So I think it's going to be a lot cheaper because DirecTV owns Sunday Ticket. I mean, the NFL owns Sunday Ticket, but they're partnered with DirecTV. This is all from DirecTV, and they're charging a fortune for it. So by next year, 2023, there's going to be no more DirecTV Sunday Ticket. So if you want Sunday Ticket, you can actually. Hopefully, it's cheaper. I think it's going to be cheaper. I hope it's like they. I pay, if they drop it like $100, $200, like if it's $100 a month or something that's realistic where they'll get a lot more people, to subscribe would be nice. But Nate said, still confused on what the hell the Seahawks are doing at QB this year. Are they just taking the L? Well, it looks like they're trying to trade for a quarterback. It looks like they have a lot of interest in Jimmy Garoppolo. So Jimmy G could actually be going to the Seahawks. Jimmy G has a lot of interest. Been a lot of talks between the Seahawks and the Browns. So don't be surprised if he goes there. I mean, 49ers. Sorry, 49ers. What the hell am I talking about? I'm thinking about Deshaun Watson. I don't know why. So I think a trade could happen. Luke says, say Miles is a monster year. Do you resign him or let him have Gainwell be the main guy? I don't think they're going to hold on to Miles Sanders after this year. If he has a good year, let's just say he has a good year. I don't think they hold on to him. I think he's gone. Look, I think any running back is expendable just because this offensive line you're going to have for the future. Look at this offensive line you're going to have. It's a really good offensive line, young, and there's depth behind it. Like, I'm telling you right now, like this offensive line, like you don't need to pay your running backs a lot of money. Not even mid-tier contracts. You could draft a running back from rounds 3 to 6 with productivity behind a line. You're not gonna need to pay a running back. You're not gonna need it. You know what I mean? If he has a 1,000-yard season, which I hope he does, and I don't expect him to be here after this year. I don't. He's one of my favorite, players on the team, but there's no way the Eagles are spending that much on a running back. There's just no way. There's no possible way. Okay, you can go out to the undrafted free agent pool and get a running back. You can go in the draft rounds 3 to 6 and get a running back that's productive. You know what I mean? Look what you did. You got Kenneth Gainwell in the 5th round. I think he's a total steal. I feel like they have to do more with Miles Sanders this year, just like how Dougie P did with Miles Sanders his rookie year. Like, put Miles Sanders in the passing game. Like, I don't know why they don't do that. Why are they doing it with Kenneth Gainwell so much? Like, which I don't mind, but Miles just is a better route runner than Kenneth Gainwell. He's got a better run skill set than Kenneth Gainwell. Like, he's just better than Kenneth Gainwell in general. I mean, we know this. I don't think the Eagles, I don't think they resign him. I think he gets a big contract somewhere else. If he has a crappy year, maybe he stays on a really cheaper deal if he doesn't want to go anywhere else. So that's kind of where I'm at with all that. Yo, who that dude? What's going on, man? Oliver Rosquez, have you ever brought a custom jersey for yourself? Yeah, I have one. Yeah, I have a Joey Shake 72 jersey. I have one. I wear it every game. I wore it every game last year. Dylan says illegal streams all day. Said my mom gets a discount for signing a ticket from last season. I hope it's a really good discount, bro. Dylan says bad day of spelling for me. You're good, man. I spell crap wrong all the time. Ernest says we need a true bruiser back to go with a stout O-line. Miles is a change of pace back. I totally agree. And I feel like, Kenny Brooks is definitely a guy I'm looking at. Kenny Brooks, the undrafted free agent from Oklahoma. And if Kenny Brooks does not work out as your fourth running back, your power back, I feel like they go after Jordan Howard or they go after Latavius Murray. And I would honestly change our pace and go get Latavius Murray if Kenny Brooks doesn't work out. Jordan Howard, I love the guy to death, but at the same time, the guy gets injured and he's out for multiple weeks every single time. He's got these neck stinger injuries. He's out for weeks, and it just gets really annoying. Kirk says, how deep in the playoffs do you think the Birds are going to go? I hope, look, they have to win the East this year. Okay, the East is wide open this year. There is no excuse for why the Eagles should be in a wild card game. They should have a spot in the playoff. They should have a spot in the playoffs this year. There's no doubt about it. Okay, they should be able to win a playoff game this year because really the only team NFC-wise, I'm kind of worried about right now. Look, Tampa Bay is going to be a powerhouse this year. They're going to be good. The AFC is just loaded this year. So as of right now, this Eagles team could be probably the fifth best team in the NFC. I'd say the fourth to fifth. They're pretty close, man. If how good we look on paper right now, they should be the fourth to fifth best team in the NFC. Or more than that. If they really show me a lot more than that, then great. But if they can win the East, a playoff game, and then some, yeah, I'm happy. I don't want them to get to a playoff game and totally lose. I want them to win a playoff game. If they can win a playoff game, it makes me feel more comfortable what's to come of the season. What's to come of, obviously, the future of Jalen Hurts and obviously the contract and what's going on. So, Lawrence said week 1 Broncos versus Seahawks. The league knows what they're doing. Yeah, they always do that. Ron said, I think Dougie P is going to make a really good QB out of Lawrence. I think they be intimidating team in a few years. I wish Jalen could have had one more year with Dougie. Yeah, I totally agree. With that. But you know what? Nick Sirianni, I didn't like him in the beginning. The press conference, I kind of defended him because people were really ragging on him. As time went on, I started to like Nick a lot more. I thought he was very corny. And he was, he has personality, but I thought he was like he was acting like he was knowing what he was doing, but he really didn't know what he was doing. You know what I mean? I thought he seems like not a know-it-all, but he explains things where he makes you believe what's going to happen with this team, and then it doesn't happen. But I felt like the team and the players really want to play for him, and that's really all that matters. As long as the players want to play for him, and he's that players coach that, and look, Nick's a nice guy, but I'll tell you, Nick can be ruthless. Okay, when he gets pissed off or things are not going his way, Nick gets ruthless, and I love it. He reminds me of just being an Eagles fan. He reminds me of just a pissed off Eagles fan when he's pissed off, which I actually really like. College starts, the Seahawks are going to get stuck in hell with Russell Wilson. What QB is going to play good with their crap offensive line? I don't know. Alexander Forrest said no because Kenneth Brooks is another steal watch. I hope he is. I hope Kenny Brooks is another steal, man. I hope he is. As how good you think Jalen Hurts will be, I think he'll play very well this year. Look, if he has over 28 touchdowns, 3,800 plus yards, 7 picks for the year, 8 picks, whatever the case may be, I am fine with it. You know what I mean? I would love for him to throw over 4,000 yards. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. You know what I mean? With the weapons that he has and the offensive line that he has, yeah, I feel like this should be a huge year, a huge jump for Jalen Hurts. No doubt about it. Comment says, even if Miles Sanders gets 1,000 yards, I still wouldn't extend him unless we extend him for a cheap contract. That's really it, man. If he gets 1,000 yards, most of these players come off the rookie contracts. They want to, they want to make their money, secure their future, and that's how that all goes, man. That's, their first contract, their second contract is the most important contract in your NFL career because that's when that makes your foundation of your financial stability, and I think that's, is going to be important to him. Kansas, hey, Joey, love your video. Say Jalen Hurts has a year where we still aren't shown enough to tell if he's future. What do you think Eagles do? I think they move on. I probably agree with that. I feel like if Hurts has played good and kind of bad, but it's just not great and kind of okay, I feel like they still move on from him because time is ticking, guys. You have contracts, you're paying a lot of guys now. You're going to be, the contract for A.J. Brown is not the expensive part of A.J. Brown's contract is not going to come into effect until 2024 when he's getting paid over, when he's getting, these cap hits are over $20 million a piece. You know what I mean? So you have a time limit now before you pay Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown already got paid, but you know what I mean? With some of these contracts, Jordan Davis, you know what I mean? We have to get a quarterback in here that's going to be productive. And I hope he does, man. I feel like if he just has an okay year, if he has a year like last year, which I really hope he doesn't, I don't think he's going to play like he played last year. I feel like he will make mistakes this year, but just not. I just need more consistency. I mean, that's really it in that passing game. Lawrence said, Miles Sanders, Jalen Reagor, Andre Dillon, a third for Deebo Samuel and Jimmy G. I would pass out. Boy. Luke says, Grant Calcaterra has a great talent and has a chance to be tight end too. I totally agree with that. Look, I didn't watch Grant Calcaterra that much, especially when he was in what he had he played in Oklahoma, then he had the concussion issues, then he transferred. I think he took a year off, then he went to SMU. Between him and Jack Stahl is definitely going to be the competition. Now, Jack Stahl got paid the most undrafted free agent money last year coming into training camp. But at the same time, he's more of a blocking tight end right now. We haven't really seen him in the receiving game too much, in the passing game. So I want to see more of it. I want to see him more, getting some catches and see what he does. We'll see. Calcaterra, I like the kid. I like his. I think he pinpoints the ball really well. He's very lengthy dude. Pause. You know what I mean? His route running is pretty good. You know what I mean? He catches with his body. I like him. I like him. Hope it works out, man. It's probably one of my most favorite. It's weird because it's a backup position. I understand that, but I think it's one of my most exciting positions to watch out for. That number 2 tight end is very important. Colin said we could bring back Jordan Howard. Our run game was great with Howard, Scott Gamo, and the rotation. Yeah, and look, it just depends if Kennedy Brooks works out. Jordan Howard's got to stop getting hurt and being out for weeks and weeks at a time. That's the only issue I have with Howard. Howard comes into the season in really good shape. This guy is a bull, okay? And if look, I have no problem with Jordan Howard. I think he's great. I've loved him since we acquired him in 2019. I wanted him to get a contract after that year so badly, especially with him and Miles Sanders on the field at the same time. I used to love that when Dougie P was the head coach. But I feel like Jordan Howard is getting to that point where I don't know. He gets these neck shoulder injuries and he's out for weeks. He gets one injury per year and he's out for multiple weeks, like 6-7 weeks. It's too much. It's way too much. Ernest says we could have won a playoff game last year, but we just match up bad against Bucs defense. You get to beat them passing. Yeah, I mean, that was ridiculous. That playoff game was so we went to that game saying, you know what, there's a chance we could win, or that game could be gone in 2 seconds if we start shooting ourselves in the foot, which I said a million times. But that game was over in 10 minutes between the muff punt, missed opportunities, Quez Watkins being open 3 times during that game. It was just a total disaster, man. Miles Sanders was almost out for 3 weeks. You give him all the snaps. Why? I don't know. Devontae Smith didn't get the ball to the third quarter, which I don't get how a number 1 receiver doesn't get the ball till the third quarter. Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. I will not get it. Evan says, Hurts changed his throwing motion. I want to see him throw some dots down the field. Yeah, he will, man. Dude, trust me, he will. With the receivers that he has now, plus having Dallas Goedert and Quez Watkins and Zach Pascal, he's going to be throwing that ball downfield, no doubt about it. David says Howard got injured at the end of the season. He even played injured. If Howard played still the start of the season, he would have had 800. No, I totally agree with that. He probably would have had a lot more yards. I mean, we didn't run the ball, period, the first quarter of the season. I mean, until they actually woke the hell up and actually did something, Comment says, I'm getting worried that the hype we're getting. I think one of these players said that we're all an all-star team, which gave me flashbacks to the dream team. Hope we all do well this year. Yeah, that was Miles Sanders that said that. Hey, Miles Sanders, if I'm a player right now and things are looking good around me on this football team, I'm not going to go out there and put all this on the media and say we're going to be an all-star team. And then A.J. Brown actually said, I wouldn't say all-star team, but, we look very good right now. You know what I mean? I don't know why Miles Sanders even said that. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know why he did, but. Barron says, yo, Joey, very excited for training camp. Not a big fan of the black helmets, honestly. Yeah, I mean, look, they look fine. Like, they're just black helmets. I mean, that's it. I mean, they took the regular helmet. They changed it from midnight green to black. That's it. That's all I did. That's it. So, yeah. That's all I did to it. I mean, I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't think it's anything like, oh my God, like, look at those helmets. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not looking at them like that. But, you know. Ernest said, I don't think we move on from Hurts unless he tries to sit out before sign. He just will be battling for his spot. Eagles fan says, I hope Calcaterra can stay healthy and make this team that kid could play. Howie went and got another one of Hurts' college teammates. Still can't believe how he addressed every issue on this team. Yeah, it's great. Well, I wouldn't say every issue. I mean, we still have. I wouldn't say safety. Safety is still like to me. Like even when Marcus Epps being there, I don't think Anthony Harris is anything special. Even when we acquired him, I didn't think he played well. I don't think the whole defense played well at all either. But I feel like safety was probably a weak point last year. But I mean, we didn't. I mean, Gannon is definitely the weak point of this defense so far, as we're seeing right now. But yeah, Grant Calcaterra, Kennedy Brooks played with him at Oklahoma with Jalen Hurts. I mean, AJ Brown and him been best friends. Devontae Smith played with Jalen Hurts at Alabama. I mean, there's so much connection. There's so much connection with some of these players that have played with this kid. It's kind of crazy. So, hopefully it speeds up the chemistry, which is great. So. Kirk said, Jalen Hurts you want in your fantasy team, your receivers you don't want in your fantasy team. That says something. Eagles fans said, I don't want Bates. He struggled last year. Everyone says, what about Jackson at tight end too? Well, Jackson's going to be on PUP list, and then he's going to go to IR. We're not going to see Jackson play at all until late in the season. He's coming off that ACL injury, so put him on the shelf. I still want to see if there's anything in Tyree Jackson for the next couple of years. Like I got to see more. It's only his second year playing tight end. So he's going to start training camp on the PUP list. He's not going to participate. And then he's going to get thrown to IR. So we save him and no one takes him. And he's, until he gets, his rehab is a lot better. And obviously he gets more healthy later in the season. If we need him, we'll throw him in a game. But right now he will not play. Brad said, can you put channel that you're going live on in the chat? Yeah, I'm going to be a guest on AK Eagles channel at 5. So I will post the actual stream in the community post. So that will be there. Just keep checking your phone before 5 o'clock. It's already 3:30 now. So it's 3:27 right now. So it will be on at 5. But I'll definitely put a post up. No doubt about it. Evan said, Eagles will be good up to Hurts if he balls out. We're a Super Bowl team. I think we should get Bates. Ron says, I love you, Joey, about Sirianni being ruthless. Oh, dude, he is. He definitely is. Ron said, when he gets pissed, he let the refs hear it. I love that. I love that, man. Lord's Chris says, Miles Sanders has to score a touchdown first, Joey. Yeah, it's definitely true. That's definitely true. Ernest says, Ernest Wallace says, Howard's dad, nothing special besides run hard like a power runner does, so easily to replace. Yo, what's going on, man? We got Titan Anderson Sports in the building. This is one of my good friends. He is a Titans content creator. There's not many of them out there. So if you guys want to subscribe, he streams every single game. He does a lot of stuff for his team. So definitely subscribe. Check out Titan Anderson if you guys have not. Me and him are very big on the horror community. We like horror movies and films and stuff like that. So we talk about a lot of stuff all the time. But definitely check his stuff out. He does stream. I don't know his schedule now when he streams in the off season and stuff like that. But definitely check him out. One really humble dude. Can't wait to see the Titans Eagles in Philadelphia. I think it's in Philadelphia. And AJ Brown definitely has the Titans on his hit list this year. So we'll definitely be streaming with Titan Anderson later on this season. I'll have him on my channel. Definitely, I want to see what the Eagles fans think of him and obviously what the Titans are going to look like this year. So we will see. Shallow Sharp said, Bradbury is about to have the best season of his career. Slay gets top receivers locked down where QB throwing. Seriously, we are only lacking at free safety position and a little bit defensive end. Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, I want to see what Bradbury does. Like, I know he plays better zone coverage. Like, I know he gave up over 800 receiving yards last year. He hasn't been a Pro Bowler since 2020. So, I mean, I don't think he's going to be perfect this year, but I think he's going to play very solid. I think he's a big upgrade from Steven Nelson, 100%. So we'll see. Titan Anderson said, hey, everyone hit the like button for JC. I appreciate it so much, man. Everyone subscribe to Titan Anderson if you guys haven't, guys. Barry said Devin Bush is a free agent next year. Would you sign him next year, assuming Kaiser White and Edwards leave next year? No, I don't know if you're going to lose 2 linebackers. I think one of them will be signed. Kaiser White or TJ Edwards will be signed next year, one of them. 4 days, bro. The 26th. Sean said, hey, Joey, any news on Bates? There's been nothing, unfortunately. Tom said we were supposed to be a dream team in 19 because one of our players created a type of 2019 roster and ended up going 9-7. Our coaches need to tell our players to calm down and not jinx the team. Yeah, dude, they're excited, man. I mean, they're just excited. There's a reason to be excited, but for Miles Sanders to say we're an all-star team is just stupid. Just stupid. Timaz and Nakobe Dean's a freak of nature. Watch the ESPN draft reaction. They said he is the smartest guy in the draft. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this linebacker core, man. I want to see where Nakobe Dean, how he's going to look during training camp, scrimmages, and preseason. So we'll see. We will see. Devlin says, thanks for AJ. I'm doing good, Allison. How you doing? Timaz said they compare Nakobe Dean to a scalpel, not a hammer, like he is a specialist surgical blade. That's crazy to say. Colin says, what up, Joey? I just subscribed. Hey, Colin, thank you so much for subscribing, man. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Shake Squad Army. We have 117 in the chat, by the way. If you guys haven't subscribed and you're new, please subscribe. We cover the Eagles every single day. We're going to have the Philly Shakedown podcast tomorrow. We're going to be busy. We're going to have another video or 2 out by today, late today, and some other stuff coming out. So definitely check that out. We stream every game all year round. We have extra content in the memberships up above in the pinned comment. So check those out because we come out with extra content I do not put on YouTube. And obviously some other stuff I like to do in the offseason as well is on there. Madden simulations, and there's other stuff coming to the channel as well. So definitely subscribe if you guys haven't, and hit the like button if you guys haven't. Much love to everybody that's been supporting since day one, last week, last month, a few months, a few years, whatever the case may be. All the support has been unreal. So I really do appreciate it so much. Round, so let's really be honest. Everyone on the Giants didn't have a good year. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I'm just going by the stats of what's given to me. That's it. So when I say Bradbury gives up over 800 yards as the number 1 corner last year, maybe he's not a number 1 anymore. Maybe he just needs to, not have too much on his plate going into this year with the Eagles being a number 2. So comment says Steven Nelson was solid, but Bradbury is definitely an upgrade. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Nicholas says, I think we'll all come down to how quickly the linebacker group has improved, upgraded. The talent is there. I thought safety and linebacker were lacking all through the 2021 season. Oh, 100%. We didn't have anybody. We didn't have anybody at all. Allison said it wasn't 2019, maybe 2009. Randall says, you gripping Madden 223? Yes, I am. I will have Madden 23 on PC. Chaos says, new helmet. Yeah, we have new helmets out today. Brown says, just imagine the upgrades we could add in the draft next year if Hurts works out. That's what I'm saying, man. Like 2 firsts and a second. Like just imagine how crazy that draft is going to be. And if you didn't see a much aggressiveness from Howie this year, because Howie I thought was the most aggressive I've seen him. Okay, during this offseason was very aggressive. I'm not saying that free agency was aggressive, but they let a lot of players, kind of walk by them. They passed up on a lot of players last year. They tried to get some big-time players last year and couldn't get it done, like Marcus Williams. And obviously, I'm not saying Calvin Ridley was going to be the huge trade, but, everything happens for a reason, guys. Calvin Ridley would have been here and A.J. Brown wouldn't have been here. So it's kind of nuts. Next year's draft is going to be very important. Nominally, Derek says, do you think that Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis will play in the preseason games or at least one of the limited snaps? No, they're both playing. No, I mean, when it comes to starters, look, Jordan Davis is definitely getting reps. There's no doubt about it. Do I think he's going to play like the whole entire game? No, but they're definitely both getting reps. No doubt about it. Joseph says, how you doing, Joe? How you doing, Joe? Lawrence says, we have a lot of trade capital on our team. I think Howie wins the offseason next year also. Yeah, I think he does, man. Because, look, if you have barely any cap, I mean, it's not going to matter. We're going to have cap space regardless. I'm just talking about now. Like, right now, it's hard to make a move. You're going to have to make some other moves on the roster, restructures, and some other stuff to free up some cap space. So we'll see. Shallow Sharp says, all right, serious question. If it comes down to final cuts, Britton Covey or Devon Allen? I don't know because I need to watch them. I need to watch them and see what they do. I really don't know. If I had to make a complete guess, man, If I had to make a complete guess, I would probably say Devon Allen just because he has more experience. I'm not saying NFL experience, but he's been through this process already. Britton Covey has never been to an NFL training camp to preseason, anything like that. You know what I mean? So, Devon Allen has just more experience in that. I know he hasn't played an NFL snap, but he just has more experience. And I think Devon Allen has more of a big chip on his shoulder too, because obviously with his that big hurdling competition where he got disqualified and he was 1/1000th of a second early off the line after the gunshot, which was total BS, man. Like, I felt so bad. Hopefully he comes to this camp is just like, I am going to beat anybody that is in my path, and that's what I'm looking for. George said if Hurts works out this year, definitely would want to get cornerback Ringo, and Georgia could be shutdown guy for us in corner opposite of Slay. We'll see, man. They have to re-sign Slay. I mean, at least if they don't re-sign Slay and they just let him play out next year, they need to put somebody under his wing and teach him and just get somebody better. I'm not saying like a guy that's a second to a third string, I'm not saying like a third to a fourth string cornerback, just have him by his side. I'm talking they need to draft somebody. They have to draft somebody like top tier. Okay. At least one of the top tier corners next year. Put him with Slay, let him learn. And if you want to extend Slay for another couple years, this way this guy is with him, you know what I mean, until he becomes like a future number one, you know what I mean? You could do that as well. So, we'll see what happens. Joe says, cut Covey. Comment Star says, how he actually is gaining common sense for once. Maybe how he started listening to the Philly Shakedown and what we should do for the Eagles. No, you know what happened, dude? I think Jeffrey Lurie backed away. You heard the rumors that Jeffrey Lurie, after the Nick Sirianni hiring, Jeffrey Lurie backed away from making any moves. I think Howie Roseman has actually been pretty innocent for some of these picks. I think Jeffrey Lurie and Andy Weidel, I think these guys have been pushing back at Howie. And I think Jeffrey Lurie has had the say of who should we get the past few years, even since the Super Bowl, even since a while back. I think Lurie's been a big freaking problem. That's how I feel. Because these past 2 seasons, like, how does a GM turn it all around in 2 seasons? I mean, really, to be honest with you, like, how did he do? Like, that draft last year was an A- to me, because I think that Landon Dickerson pick was like a big what if. Because I think the Landon Dickerson pick was a big, it was a analytical pick, even though we knew that he was the best center in football at Alabama. But the guy came off of an ACL, 2 knee, and 2 ankle injuries. And I said, if that pick actually worked out, yeah, dude, we're in to win it, man. Like, then that's a really good draft. It was a solid draft, but this year was fantastic. I'd say, like, if you take this draft that we had this year, I mean, even count A.J. Brown as a draft. Just count this as A.J. Brown being drafted, because really he was at 25 at the time. Okay. And there's some receivers in this draft that are 25. Like, I would take A.J. Brown, if you want to count A.J. Brown to the mix. Okay. A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, and Nakobe Dean. I feel like he got 4 solid players out of this draft. 4. Okay. 100%. 100%. I thought last year you got 3 good players. Devontae Smith, you got obviously Dickerson, and then you got Gainwell in the 5th. You had 3 solid players coming out of that draft. They got 4 out of this draft. And yes, Cam Jurgens is going to play very well as the future center to the Philadelphia Eagles after this year. Okay, I feel like they're gonna cross train him. I feel like Jeff is still going to cross train him. He's going to cross train at guard next to Kelsey, just in case. You always want to have this guy prepared and ready going into this year. Devontae Smith, we know what he's capable of. Okay, the issue I have with Devontae Smith, and it's not even towards him, is that you have a receiver on this team that's like, dude, give me the freaking ball. Nick Sirianni never listened. Jalen Hurts never listened. I mean, yeah, when he was forced to, sure. But from what Devontae Smith was given in this run first and mostly treating Devontae Smith like a number 3 than a number 1 and making Rager more of a focal point than him, he played pretty well. I think it's kind of disgusting that he still had under 1,000 yards. You know what I mean? Like, you don't give this guy the ball into the third quarter in a wild card game. You throw to him a million times in that Cowboys game, the last game of the season, just to break Deshaun Jackson's rookie record, and then you stray away from that. I think my two favorite games from Devontae Smith, one was the Chargers because he was an absolute beast and Jalen Hurts' throwing wasn't that bad. That second half of that Chargers game, our passing game actually started to change. Okay. My second favorite game was obviously the Broncos game when he caught that 50-50 ball against Patrick Surtain, which I thought it was great. You know what I mean? Thought it was fantastic. Brad says, Joey, it's hard not to believe you didn't like the draft not too long ago. No, I'm no guru of the draft. There's no. That I've never, ever said that. Okay, I look at prospects to the best of my ability, and I just say what I need to say, and that's it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, I know years ago I hated the draft. I never watched preseason. I never watched the draft. None of that. Now the draft is like Christmas time. The draft is like waking up Christmas night. Okay? Instead of Christmas morning, Christmas night, and opening your presents. You watch the draft. You get a present and you open it up to see what it is. That's what I think of the draft. The third day is like 6 hours, which is, I think the third day of the draft is killer. I mean, it's a long, the last day is the longest day. It's like five and a half hours, almost 6 hours, like no joke. So let's see here. Britton Covey. Lauren says something nobody's talking about, Joey, is all I want Jameson Williams, but when we saw A.J. Brown, we said, we'll take it. No, it's totally true, man. Yeah, I mean, that was a very surprising move. It was. And this trade was done earlier in the day. You know what I mean? Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And if you guys remember, like when me and Philly were actually streaming, like I wasn't even I think I went to the bathroom. I got a drink or something real quick. And he was just talking about AJ Brown. And I got back. I was like, what? Like, what's going on? And then everybody in the chat was going on AJ Brown. So then when Philly told me to check on Twitter, like what was going on, I clicked on Twitter and a blockbuster trade happened where the Eagles gave up a first and a third. The Eagles gave up Howie Roseman's a freaking genius. This guy didn't give up no picks for day two. This guy didn't give up any picks from that Saints-Eagles trade. Like, I don't even know how he did it. I really don't know. It amazes me what this guy did this past year. He knew when to not pull the trigger in this offseason and when to pull the trigger. It's absolutely amazing. Comment says, these past 2 years, Howie's got my favorite players from the first round. Smith and Davis were the number one players I wanted from the first round. Whatever happens to the Eagles, it's working. Yeah, it definitely is, man. Now we have to see if the coaches are the right coaches for the job. That's it. Because that's why the Eagles never fired any positional coaches, nothing. They kept everything the same going to this year. This way, there's no excuses. You know, like, I don't know, like, I'd fire this defensive line coach if this defensive line doesn't play well this year. Like Aaron Moorhead, I'm like, the wide receiver coach, like, I'm like, is he preparing these guys the right way? Does he put a fire under these guys every week? Like, you know, I get it, you know. I get it. So I think after this year, we'll see. This man said Christmas night. Oh, it's true, man. We got a super chat from Gandalf the White. He says, my opinion is Devontae Smith is the next Marvin Harrison. What do you think? Yeah. I mean, they've compared him to Marvin Harrison a lot. I think during the draft, they actually compared him to Calvin Ridley during the draft. You know, obviously he's not a, big gambler. So, I mean, yeah. But I'm glad how everything turned out. I couldn't ask for more. So, little take I say Bradbury getting 4 interceptions. Oh, dude, I think he has a good year this year. I do. Commissar said, I can't wait to see AJ Brown in Eagles uniform. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing videos of it. Like I want to actually go. I'm going to the Eagles Vikings primetime game. I'm so excited. I can't wait to go to Eagles Vikings primetime Monday Night Football. I'll be going there. So I won't be streaming that week. I'll be doing a stream from Lincoln Financial Field. I'm going to be making a crap ton of videos that day, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys are there, you know where I am. I'll let you guys know. The mantra for the Eagles fans, the regular season kickoff is better than Christmas or Thanksgiving or Halloween or even our own damn birthday. I totally get it. We got Shallow Sharp said Josh, Joe, Mario from Clemson are undrafted, but they could be the future because Zach McPherson is trash. Next year draft doesn't have corners like Stingley or Sauce. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you probably know better than I do. I mean, look, I'm hoping Zach McPherson does something. Like, he's only going to his second year right now. Like, Josh Jobe, Mario Goodrich, got paid the most undrafted free agent money. So, obviously, they see something in him. If you guys remember, Jack Stahl got paid a lot of money as an undrafted free agent, and he worked out. Mario Goodrich is very dynamic in his movement. His tackling is really good. He's got some pushback attitude. I like Mario Goodrich a lot, so I want to see with him. I would try to cross-train some of these corners to safety. I want to see Mario Goodrich as a safety. He's got that swagger, edge, nasty attitude that I like. So it's gonna be interesting with this competition. Comment star said, I feel like Aaron Moorhead did a great job at developing quick. No, I agree with that. I get it. You know what I mean? I feel like, maybe the Eagles need a change. I don't know. I could be wrong about it. You know what I mean? Or is Smitty's success will depend on the QB? Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, how much money he's going to get after his rookie contract. Yeah, it's all going to depend on Jalen Hurts. There's no doubt about it. And Shane Steichen has something to do with that too. If he's getting these guys open, play design, route combinations, it all comes full circle. Joseph, I'm going to Washington game at home. Oh, the Monday Night Football, dude, that's going to be a good game. That's another game I would love to go to, but I want to go to. I haven't been to a prime. I don't know when's the last time I've been to a primetime game. Man, I don't even know. I don't even remember. I definitely did go to one. I went I don't know. I don't even remember. I have to go back. I don't even remember. Reynolds said, "You lucky fucker get to watch live Vikings versus Eagles few, man. That's gonna be lit, dude. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great weekend. I'm gonna be in Philly for the whole weekend. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. I'm excited, dude. It's gonna be great. So I'm gonna instead of sitting home and streaming, I'm gonna go to the game and just enjoy myself. And I'll have streams and stuff out that day and videos, and I'll do the entrance. I'll actually record the entrance for the Eagles and all that great stuff, so you guys get to see that on. You guys don't really see that on TV, so I'm actually going to record the entrance to the the Philadelphia Eagles and AJ Brown, seeing AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts coming out of the tunnel and all that great stuff. So it's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, you're going to that game too, bro? I hope you have a good time. Nina, what's going on? Happy Friday to you, too. I hope Eagles doing well. Joseph, I want to see our defense destroy Wentz. Real said, Joey over here talking about his last game, huh? Me here in Cali, never see. Well, I mean, when you're further away, man. I mean, if I was a lot further away, I'd go to maybe one game a year. I used to go to 4 to 5 games a year. If the Eagles are in the playoffs at home, I'm automatically at that game. I don't give a crap how much the ticket is. I go, regardless. But you know what I mean? There's nothing. You at least have to do it once in your life. You got to do it at least once in your life. At least go to a game once. Comments, I wonder what's going to happen with Rager. I'm not sure how he will be or he will even make the roster. I don't think he will, dude. I think he's a big release candidate. I'm not even kidding. Not kidding at all. Sima says, who would you rather have in their prime, Randy Moss or Larry Fitzgerald? I think Randy Moss, just because, Randy Moss was just, and you know what, at the same time, because Randy Moss and Larry Fitzgerald had two different personalities. The personalities are very different because Moss was very, very cocky. It reminded me of T.O. in a lot of ways, but at the same time, Larry Fitzgerald was very humble. But on game day, he was just a total beast. So, I loved Randy Moss for a long time, So, I would like Randy Moss, but I like Larry Fitzgerald too. I like both of these guys. But Jordan Davis' entrance will be They should make like a Godzilla sound when he comes out, like Godzilla or something. That'd be fantastic. Colin says, who will start, Quez or Zach Pascal? I think Quez is the starter, but look, I feel like Pascal is going to be a situational type receiver where they use him for red zone, depending where they are on the field, like certain plays that they're developing against certain matchups. Like, I don't think it's who's starting, Quez or Zach Pascal. I think it's just going to be on just the matchups and what they want to do. Because, I mean, Zach Pascal, I mean, now he's a really good addition. Like, when we first signed him in free agency, we're like, don't even tell me this is the receiver that we were supposed to sign for 1.1 for the year. And this is like Nick's pet because obviously he played very well under Nick Sirianni. Now, Zach Pascal started out as like a number 4 receiver. He was a backup receiver. He was nothing until injuries started to occur with the Colts for those 2 years. And he went from a number 4 to a number 3. He moved to a 3, and then he played as a number 1 or 2 the last year he was with Nick, and he played very well. 600 to 700 yards for 2 seasons. He played pretty good, and and you could put it on his plate. So if a receiver goes down, he could play a lot. You know what I mean? Like, if you lose AJ, oh God forbid, if you lose AJ Brown, holy crap, knock on wood. And Zach Pascal has to come in, as that big body receiver. And don't get me wrong, like his route running is pretty damn good. The break of his route is fantastic. He's very quick. You got to watch more tape on Zach Pascal. Don't put it past Zach Pascal. He's actually pretty good. But Brown said, Joey, I'm ENT cash to snag me a Nakobe Dean autograph. I ain't going to be that close, bro. I wish. Lawrence says Larry Fitzgerald. Joe says we have too many good receivers to keep Rager. That's what I'm saying, man. Like you don't trade for AJ Brown and add Zach Pascal just because Rager's still going to start. There's no way he's even starting this year. There's no way. There's no way he's on this Eagles roster by the start of the season. I don't think he's going to be on. I don't think he's going to be here. I said before training camp he might get released. I think during training camp he's gone. I think he will get released. If he's released the next few days, could happen. Maybe. Comment says, do you think it's possible Rager will have a breakout year? I know we went through the stuff these past few years, so maybe he is a better headspace. Yeah, but dude, it's just, I know you usually give receivers 3 years. I totally understand. I would give him another year. But from what the moves they have done, it's just not telling me that they're giving him another chance. He's got a lot of personal issues, and he's got issues within himself, not because of losing 2 best friends in 2 years, but morally of he's got like a problem with his psyche is like screwed up. Okay. Like this man gets, when he knows he screws up in a game, he doesn't keep his head up and just keep playing. You know what I mean? Like he has to when he does, but you could tell he's just not there. When he fights with fans on social media, when he feeds into that shit, it's weak. It's weak. You're a first round receiver, and you want to get paid as a first round receiver. You can't let any of that. Look at the difference between AJ Brown and Jalen Rager, just from personalities. Okay, AJ Brown has been like the embodiment of Philadelphia this past offseason. He has been like defending his players. He keeps himself accountable. He keeps others accountable. I have to say, like, calling Micah Parsons out, like he's relentless, and I love that. You know what I mean? Like, not only you have one receiver in Devontae Smith that's like, yo, give me the freaking ball. I'm going to make this catch right now, and they don't do it. You have another one, AJ Brown, that's going to say, yo, give me the damn ball. I'm not saying they're going to be selfish players. I don't think they're selfish at all, which is a great thing. 2 great wide receivers right now, and both of them are very unselfish, which is really good. The only way you're going to win a Super Bowl is you're being unselfish. You're not going to win a Super Bowl being selfish. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? Kirk says throw a percentage chance of Covey making it. I say 75% to 80. I'd say 70. I'll say 78% right now. Look, I say I went to Washington talking so much because we need to win to make playoffs. McLeod. Oh, you mean the McLeod pick at the end? Oh, dude, that must have been a great game to go to. Comments, I think Quez will mainly be wide receiver 3, but Pascal will come in once in a while, mainly block. Greg Ward, I think, will be wide receiver 5. Yeah, probably. Kyle Rager, let's get the noise get to him. He's kind of like Aguilar, but worse. I think Aguilar's better than he is. I mean, Aguilar had his stint with the fans, but it wasn't this bad. Like, at least with Aguilar, he got separation. At least his play is a lot better. Even though if he drops the ball, like Rager can't even get separation. I think consistently Aguilar can get separation. Rager consistently can't get separation. We've seen it, and there were some throws from Hurts that were bad to Rager, and a lot of passes that were perfect, and Rager either slowed down on his route or that corner is literally bullying him off the line. So, smash the like button. Appreciate it, Joe. Matt, what's going on, man? What's going on, dude? Rollins says, Joey's Devonta Smith, a generational talent. Like, do you think he'll be one of the greatest of all time when it's all said and done? Yes. I think he'll be in a gold jacket. I think he'll have a gold jacket. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm just seeing a glimpse of what Devonta Smith could do. I'm, like, wondering what Devonta Smith would do on another team last year. If Devonta Smith was, like, on the Bengals with Joe Burrow, like, or any type of pure or on the Chargers, I mean, I can't imagine what this kid would have done last year. No joke. With more opportunity and better quarterback play and not treated like some friggin' bum as a number 3 last year. You know what I mean? I feel like there's just so much more that we're not getting. And hopefully this year is going to be the year. Getting A.J. Brown just put the whole league on notice. It really did. That's why the Eagles are being talked about. Do I like us being talked about in a good way so much? No, because I'm not used to it, number one. Number two, like, I don't like having all the attention, and that's just normal. Oh, Devonta Smith on the Bills? Pfft, forget it. Oh, God. I can't even imagine that, bro. Training camp is July 26th. Comment says, I think Smith could be better than AJ Brown. He might already be better than him. Just needs to be the right QB. We shall see how Smith can be this year. Yeah. There's no doubt. I am not questioning if Devonta Smith has skill. That is not the question. The question is, can this quarterback throw to Devonta Smith on stride? Can he throw a slant pass 5 to 10 yards that's not behind the receiver's back? Because I've seen that a million times. Like the simple mechanical throws that you should know as a QB going into the NFL. Sometimes Jalen Hurts threw some really bad, even some screen passes, throwing behind the receiver on screen passes, where you're not hitting him from the chest to the helmet area on screen passes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there's been some little mechanical issues with Hurts last year. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just got to be more consistent. If he gets that done, you know, hopefully that's, you know, what it's going to look even better this year. So we will see. Someone says, I really hope Hurts has a great year and proves everyone wrong. He already has the leadership, no doubt about it. Oh, there's no doubt. Like, I don't question Jalen Hurts' leadership. I don't question his mentality. It's off the charts. I wish Carson Wentz had that mentality that Jalen Hurts has. You know, if I could put Carson Wentz's skills to Jalen Hurts' mentality, holy shit. Like, yeah, that would be great. But some quarterbacks have to work harder than others. And I think Jalen Hurts is one of those quarterbacks where, you know, his skill set can only take him so far. But if he works at it, if he doesn't have the best arm, you know, if he doesn't have a powerful arm, he's got to be more accurate. He's got to go through his reads. Okay, he's either got to stop hesitating, either pull the trigger, shit, or get off the pot, bro. Like that's how you got to play. You know, that's how you got to play. Round says, Rager needs Tony Robbins, motivational speaker. Oh, totally. Is that the guy who gets slapped in the face a million times? He's like, oh, yeah, give it to me more. That's so funny. Joey, what's up, man? I totally agree with what you're saying when it comes to getting this much attention. To be honest, I don't like it. It's just because it's something we aren't used to as Eagles fans. I mean, it's good because we're getting the attention. Like, it's bad because we're getting so much attention. It's good because Cowboy fans are not the talk of the East anymore. You know what I mean? The Cowboy fans, you know, the Cowboys aren't the talk of the NFC East. So they're used to this They're used to being the main focal point of this division every single year when they're talked about, and they don't really talk about them this year. So it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. So screw it. You know what I mean? But Van D said, if Rager gets cut, do we save money of the cap? I don't know. I think a couple million. It's not much. It's not going to be much. I mean, the dead cap's going to be like 1 point something million for the next couple years, spread out. So, Joey, you couldn't be more correct. With have a gold jacket, great hands, always open, dude. And what I love about Devontae Smith is there were some catches I was just shocked over. Like, I'm talking sideline toe drag catches. Almost every toe drag catch is almost automatic. I mean, his toe drag swag is like, holy shit. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, he is so good at getting those toe drag catches. I mean, he's got such good concentration. Those catches, like, really, I'm like, this is what you get out of a first round receiver, a guy that plays like this. Kind of reminds me of Jeremy Maclin a little bit, how he used to do that so much. I used to be like, damn, Jeremy Maclin caught some really good catches on the sideline, but this guy, man, there was. Oh, man, I mean, I remember even I think it was the Cowboys game, the last game, when Minshew threw like a really high ball to Devontae Smith. It should have been incomplete. And he jumped up and grabbed it. I mean, it's crazy. Joe says, Joey and everyone in the chat, have a good night. Have it together. All right, man, Joey, have a good day. Matt, to me, this is make or break year for Hurts. Round said, Joey, you're excited to go live with Ick Eagles later on today. Can't see. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm pumped. Yeah, less than an hour. I'll be a guest on AK Eagles channel. I'm gonna have a post up for it. So if you guys join, give support. We'll be talking about the Eagles today. So OTY said, was great first game of my life. I made a clip behind the end zone as he was doing it. Oh, really, dude? I gotta see that, man. That's awesome. I worry about more Gann than Hurts. Yeah, I already saw. We just talked about. We had a whole segment on the black helmets today. They look okay. Stephen L.A. says, hey, Joey, have you seen any summer concerts? I have not. I haven't been to any like deathcore, death metal, underground concerts. I haven't been to one in so long. I used to go to some hole-in-the-wall places for some bands that I loved. And people that got killed. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Like, there are places where there's a guy who was like, yeah, a lot of people have been murdered here. I'm like, what? And I'm here. I've been here for 3 hours. You know, it's just crazy. Elijah Garrett says we lose 2.4 million if Rager's released, which we can eat that up easily. I'm not even worried about it. Did you mean the Dallas Cry Girls? That's what I meant. Matt says, yeah, Gann ain't off the hook with me either. He needs a majority step up coaching defense this year. Comment says Cowboys are delusional of the NFC East. Giants are the embarrassment of the NFC East, and Commanders are the incarcerated. The NFC East. We should win the NFC East if all goes right. We should. It's wide open for the Eagles. Honestly, really didn't see a major difference in the black helmets. No, it's just the same helmet turned black. I mean, that's it. It wasn't anything special. I mean, it wasn't anything special at all. It was just like, hey, that looks great. Cool. That was it. So we're going to stream for another few minutes. We've been streaming for about an hour and 28 minutes. I'm definitely streaming for another few minutes, but there's still 102 people in the chat going strong. So definitely appreciate it. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'll cover the Eagles every single day. We're going to have another stream. We're actually not going to do a stream early because I'm already streaming tomorrow. The Philly Shakedown, I'm streaming tomorrow night. So that will be up tomorrow night. We're going to have a lot of fun. Season 2 of the Philly Shakedown starts tomorrow, which is great. We'll have a video out later today, obviously. And, yeah, we're getting ready, man. We're getting ready for training camp next week. I'll be covering that every single day. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to get ready to get this done, man. I'm pretty excited for it. Pretty excited. Joe said it's worth the $2.4 million to let Rager walk. It says, is it bad to say I feel it's a failed season if we don't win 10-plus games? Yeah, I'd probably say that. Yeah, if they don't win 10-plus games and can't win a playoff game, like I don't want to just get to a playoff game. Like I want to win a game, especially if the East sucks and like the division's not good, and you get into a playoff game and that gives Jalen Hurts his big contract. I don't think so. With the Joey, do you agree Brandon Graham comes back hungry and breaks his own record and gets 10 sacks? I hope so. Like I'm telling you, like I think it was a couple of years ago he almost had. I think a couple of years ago he almost had. Or was it last year? I forgot how many sacks he had last year. I hope he has double digits. It'd be great. Might be his last year in Philly. It should be the same time as usual, 9 p.m. Eastern for the Philly Shakedown tomorrow. Comments gotta go, Joey. All right, comments. See you later, man. Lawrence says preseason in 2 weeks. Yeah, dude, it's coming quick, man. It's coming really fast. Really fast. So it is going to be fun. Fun. And we'll be ready. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get going. I appreciate everybody joining the stream today. We streamed for a bit, so I'm going to relax for less than an hour before I stream with AK. Definitely check that out. I'll be a guest on his channel. Give him support. Subscribe to his channel. I will put a community post up for the exact stream link. So you just click on it whenever you want and just go in there, and we'll be ready to go. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everybody showing up today. Philly 500 says, don't be late. Me be late? That guy. If we could tally up who's been late more, you know who's been late more, okay? I'm just I'm gonna tell this guy tomorrow. I bet you 100% that he will be late tomorrow. Because I'll get a text saying, oh, you might make it for 9:05. You might make it at 9:15. Just watch. It's gonna happen. All right. But that's pretty much it. See you guys tomorrow. I'll be a guest on AK Eagles channel in less than an hour at 5 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check that out. And that's it. All right, guys. Remember, SHAKESQUAD up, follow slide. Peace out, guys.